Welcome everyone to WWE 2K14 Universe. I'm Jitch. It's SmackDown. What a great match to kick things off.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart.
That's right, we're welcoming back the Hitman. Fresh off of his Intercontinental Championship loss to Christian a couple weeks back here on SmackDown. We have not seen the Hitman since. He says that he is regrouping. He is announcing officially that at Money in the Bank, he will invoke his rematch clause against Christian for the Intercontinental Championship. Bret Hart says actually, right now he's in a winning situation. Because if Edge and Christian try pulling any funny business, or hell, if somehow Christian grows his spine and he's able to face off against Bret Hart one-on-one and actually beat him in a clean one-on-one face-off, Bret Hart says that he is rightfully, right now, a contender to the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this has not been confirmed, but he does hold a victory over Damien Sandow, fresh off of him winning the World Heavyweight Championship. So if Bret Hart can keep that momentum going, then honestly I'd say win or lose against Christian at Money in the Bank, you know, the World Heavyweight title could be within his grasp. As crazy as that may sound.
And approaching the ring from India, weighing 347 pounds, the Great Khali.
You talk about people fresh off of their losses. Here's another one here, the Great Khali. We've not seen him since he lost the European Championship challenge to Sheamus in very quick fashion, mind you. Sheamus obviously no longer the European champion. You know, what does the future hold for the Great Khali? Well, no one really knows. The Great Khali doesn't know. But I definitely think he was set back a little bit by how defiant Sheamus was in his defense. Obviously, Sheamus is no longer the European champion, but I don't believe we've seen the Great Khali in action since. I think this is his first appearance. It's quite a long time ago now. It was over the limit, I believe, those two faced off. Obviously, the Money in the Bank ladder match is already full, so it's not like there's that kind of hope for the Great Khali. I don't know how well he'd fare in a ladder match. That's not to say that I don't think the Great Khali is any good. He definitely wouldn't have to reach quite as far, but I do believe that you know, something like the ladder match, you need to be a little agile. Obviously, he's a little on the slow side physically. You can't help that, but not the quickest to move. Good hair flip. Really well animated. Well done. So here we go. Bret Hart and the Great Khali kicking things off here tonight. And after last week's Path of Destruction led by Randy Orton, well, he's got a huge opportunity. Speaking of huge, what a suplex there by Bret Hart. Not able to get the job done against Great Khali. And I say Bret is working very quick here, very methodical. It's a smart move by this in-ring mastermind that is Bret Hart to not give the Great Khali any opening of offense in this match. That's a huge mistake if you do that. And Bret Hart, look at the strength in this guy. Yeah, after last week's Path of Destruction, Randy Orton's got a huge opportunity here tonight to prove how ready he is to become World Heavyweight Champion for what I believe will be the third time in his career. When he faces off against Triple H and Damien Sandow, just under 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks' time, at Money in the Bank. Because here tonight it'll be Damien Sandow and Randy Orton one-on-one. And I hope Triple H doesn't get involved. I hope we can just see a straight-up one-on-one match between these two. We've had a lot of things go wrong when it comes to SmackDown main events just lately. I'd love to see one. Oh. Oh my God, Bret. Oh, Bret, take it easy, man. I guess Bret's still not feeling too great after being humiliated by Christian and Edge. Led to believe that he'd managed to get in the head of them both and make them split up, and turns out he'd not done that at all. And it's smart of Bret to try going straight on the offense there, but Khali, a little quick on his feet. Great view of the referee's legs there. In the corner goes the Great Khali, and Bret with a drop kick, but Khali out of the way. I said this guy's not very fast, but I suppose there he kind of proved me. Oh! Wrong for a second. And Bret sending Khali off the ropes. Oh my God!
Once again, you are watching WWE on Network TV.
We got a great preview of the Money in the Bank ladder match coming up. Up next, it's going to be CM Punk and Ryback, the first-time face-off. I'm sure CM Punk will not be complaining about this match for many, many, many years in the future. Podcasts, interviews, anything at all. I'm sure he'll be privileged and happy to be setting foot in the ring with Ryback. Bret Hart setting up now. This is one of the biggest pile drivers I've ever seen. You know, there's been a lot of questioning lately about the state of the tag division here on SmackDown. Of course, the main question here is the World Tag Team Championship pairing of The Undertaker and Kane. I don't really see them in action lately, and they're not competing again here tonight. We will be seeing some tag team action, though. NWO's Six and Kurt Hennig will be in tag team action. Fresh off of Six's Cruiserweight Championship loss, he now focuses on his tag team with Kurt Hennig. And perhaps what the NWO can do here on SmackDown. I must admit, NWO Blue, as I like to call them, the SmackDown duo, they have not been nearly as impactful as, oh! You notice how Bret, not even that much higher than the Great Khali, standing on the apron.
How is he still on his feet?
Yeah!
Over the last 10 years, SmackDown has excited the WWE
Move there by the Great Khali as he takes control of Bret Hart. But yeah, there'll be an action later on tonight, tag team action, facing off against the, they want to be called Awesome Truth. I can't officially call them that. Zack Ryder is just rolling with it, but R-Truth really believes that Zack Ryder is the Miz. Ryder obviously hasn't really been seeing too much opportunity lately, so I guess he's just kind of, yeah, sure, why not? I'll work with you. Zack Ryder is absolutely not the Miz. No offense intended to Zack Ryder, but Miz is one of the most decorated guys, and I'd say Bret, ooh, started off really strong in this match, but it seems like the Great Khali has managed to turn things around in his favor as he goes in for a cover attempt here on Bret. Oh, no, just a 1 count. Bret managing to turn things around in his own favor.
This attack to the Skull King. One has to be thinking about the possibility of a concussion.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Any one of those shots could give you a concussion.
Kick attempt there by Bret, but Khali able to reverse it, and now Bret sending no throws. The question in my mind is, can Bret actually do the sharpshooter on a pair of legs the size of the Great Khali's? Wow, what a suplex. Nice drop kick there by Bret. Bret now going into a sleeper hold. I guess that's the smart way to do it, you know, maybe he's got that exact same question I just asked on his mind. Can I actually apply this submission hold to the Great Khali? I'll tell you one thing he definitely can do, and that is a pile driver. Bret with a humongous pile driver to the Great Khali. And it looks like he's going to perhaps go for it. Dragging Khali to the center of the ring. Bret Hart going in for it. Sharpshooter. No struggles whatsoever. Bret Hart putting the Great Khali in his place. Great Khali is struggling. He's squirming. The thing is, such a massive torso. It's not going to be hard for him to reach those ropes. And he does. Ooh. Khali doesn't have to do too much to do too much damage here, and he definitely is. Oh, Bret with great reversal there. Looks like he just about ducked what could have been his untimely demise in this match. As Bret is going back in for the legs, you know exactly it. The sharpshooter a second time. This time pointed far away from the ropes. The Great Khali, he's struggling. He's managing to, oh my god, is he managing to turn this a full 180 around? And Bret couldn't do it. He still couldn't do it. He couldn't get the Great Khali down. Oh my god. I mean, imagine making the Great Khali tap. Has anyone done that before? Bret dropping Khali down. He's not wasting any time with a third sharpshooter. This time very far away from everything. And the Great Khali is forced to submit to a third sharpshooter. That is a humongous way to kick off SmackDown for Bret Hart here. destroying a monster like the Great Khali via submission. It took 3. It took 3, mind you. But he did it.
What a nasty hold that was. Oh, yeah.
3 times the sharpshooter connected. I think most people's legs would be snapped clean off with 3 sharpshooters being applied, but he managed to hang in there. And with that being said, Bret Hart is victorious as we now move on to our next match, which I believe is a preview of the Money in the Bank, CM Punk and Ryback. As we go back here on SmackDown, this is a big one.
The contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 222 pounds, CM Punk.
For the first time face-off here tonight, CM Punk set to go one-on-one with Ryback. Ryback has only, I believe, ever lost 2 matches. One to The Undertaker and another to Sheamus, 2 very established guys. Defeated the longest reigning WWE champion in history, JBL, to qualify for the Money in the Bank ladder match, which will take place in 2 weeks and 2 days. CM Punk looking very focused. I mean, you gotta think Money in the Bank is extremely important to CM Punk. This is a huge opportunity. This guy has had one of the longest World Championship pursuits I can ever think of, and it all started right here on SmackDown for the very championship that he is now going to be competing in a Money in the Bank ladder match for. CM Punk had his sights set on the World Heavyweight Championship back when Randy Orton was holding the big gold here on SmackDown, and he even carried that one over to Raw for a little while when they were both drafted over there. How poetic would it be for Randy Orton to win the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank and CM Punk to win the World Heavyweight Championship Money in the Bank briefcase? You know what it's time to do, guys. It's time to That's right, wake up. It took really long. Time to order.
From Sin City, weighing 291 pounds, Ryback.
I'll tell you, this is a guy who I think has had a very bright future for a long time. He hasn't quite gotten there yet. You know, he's only ever held 1 championship in his career. I think you talk about odds-on favorites for the Money in the Bank ladder match, other than the fact he's got no experience in ladder matches. If it was a standard 6-man match, this would be my favorite. Of course, the Money in the Bank previews will continue next week on SmackDown. A one-on-one match has been confirmed. It's going to be Chris Jericho and Edge, the 2 that qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match last week. They'll be facing off one-on-one next week. We saw last week on SmackDown a little preview of Money in the Bank as Sheamus defeated Robert Scorpio. Tough loss for Scorpio for sure, as he continues to dream on the idea of becoming World Heavyweight Champion. This match is going to be going for 30 seconds. What do you mean it's been all right back? We've got a championship match coming up here tonight. For those that haven't looked at the match card, don't know, haven't heard from superstars and everything, we have a championship match coming your way tonight. The European Championship is set to be on the line for the first time since winning the title. Mark Henry will defend it, but not against the former champion Sheamus. No. Sheamus hasn't actually expressed any interest in going for his former glory just yet. I don't know if that's maybe something he's holding off on until after Money in the Bank or what, but Sheamus has not mentioned a rematch clause that he is due for the European Championship. Could become a 4-time European champion. But Mark Henry looking to get his hands on JBL, and of course this is going to be a very fitting one to go back on. This match could have happened either way, because last week, for those that don't know, didn't catch it, don't remember, whatever your reason may be, it was a tag team match between Edge and Christian, and the combination of JBL and Mark Henry, 2 people that used to be very tightly aligned back when JBL was WWE Champion. And obviously the week before that, we saw a Money in the Bank qualifier take place between Mark Henry and Sheamus. It was one of the first ones, so it was actually a couple of weeks before that, not the week before. And JBL got involved, and I don't know if he intended to, but he actually cost Mark Henry the match. And the second chance took place last week. Obviously, Christian and Edge couldn't be trusted in a 4-way match for a second chance qualifier at Money in the Bank. So they were paired up, as JBL and Mark Henry were also paired up. And basically the ruling was, if Edge and Christian won, Edge would join the Money in the Bank ladder match. But if JBL and Mark Henry won, then here tonight would have seen a Money in the Bank qualifier between the two to claim that final spot. Unfortunately, that didn't end up happening, as Mark Henry never tagged JBL in, never helped him at all, and Edge and Christian, being one of the greatest teams we've ever witnessed, made light work of JBL in what was very much just a 2-on-1 beatdown. And so here tonight, Mark Henry, he issued the challenge. He said, I'm defending my title, I'm due to defend my title, and I want you to be the first man that I destroy with my championship on the line. So Mark Henry set to face off against the longest reigning WWE champion in history, JBL, later on tonight for the European title. Don't know why I went into such explicit detail of that match, but there you go, there's the whole backstory to it. How we got to that point. Ryback, I gotta say, he's been really dominating CM Punk here. Punk came off of a huge victory on the main event of Superstars this past Saturday. Defeated Eddie Guerrero. I really thought that that was the beginning of a huge build in momentum for CM Punk. But right now, he's having a hard time in there with Ryback. And I guess, as I said, not really surprising. Ryback has been one of the most unbeatable forces on SmackDown. Final hardcore champion. Ryback held that championship until the very end of ECW. And when ECW was shut down, Ryback was declared the final hardcore champion with no intention of keeping that title going. Ryback, is he looking for shell-shocked? Ryback with a shell-shocked on the concrete. Jeez! A little uncalled for, I gotta admit. Breaking the count, too. Lifting Punk up to his feet may have been a mistake, but Ryback, ooh, the neck breaker. Okay, everything Ryback does just looks so painful. Punk, what are you doing? No, Punk, you will get disqualified. I mean, obviously this match doesn't necessarily matter too much, it's just the wins and losses that matter. Side suplex takes down CM Punk. And now, a submission hold applied here by Ryback.
This is such a painful hold. Talk to me, Punk.
Why did he say it like that? Punk crawling over, but Punk, look at Punk's strength. I mean, he's got some. He's definitely not the build of Ryback, but he's got his strength. Punk looking to perhaps put this one to rest with a go to sleep. This would be massive for CM Punk. Absolutely huge on the road to Money in the Bank. Knee to the face. Ryback laid out center of the ring too. Perfect opportunity. Can he do it? Ooh, that was close. That was very, very close to being 3. And CM Punk now, desperation kicking in. Roll up here. Ryback kicks out of that one. Punk finding himself here. Surprised to see so much competition from a man who took a shell-shocked on the concrete. As I say, Money in the Bank has been an extremely important idea to CM Punk to finally become world champion after such a long, long time of pursuing that gold. Punk, a former world tag team champion and European champion. Never really been given much of an opportunity to be in the main event since the very beginning of this unit. Obviously, Season 1, that man was very fixated here in the main event of SmackDown, but that's quite some time ago. Oh, almost. Punk could actually do it. It seems like he's really turned momentum in his favor. Ryback becoming the punching bag to CM Punk here. Well, more of a kicking bag, honestly. You're talking about CM Punk's offense. Short arm clothesline coming in, yep. I do notice Punk favoring the chest and ribs area. A leg drop attempt of Ryback. I think he got up a little too fast. Oh, big dumb idiot. Oh, almost. Punk, oh, scooping him up. Second time here. Ryback, no wherewithal to kick out, well, not kick out, but fight out of that one. CM Punk with the second go to sleep. His biggest issue there, right in the ropes. Is that enough time for Ryback to recover and kick out? No! CM Punk with an absolutely huge victory. A lot of people have said that the Money in the Bank ladder match here on SmackDown is absolutely stacked with potential winners, and I do agree. Sheamus could be the first man to have ever won the briefcase twice. CM Punk, it's literally career-altering. Same for Robert Scorpio. Edge has got a huge reason behind wanting to win that. Ryback, of course, you know, a future star in himself, and Jericho, someone who's never quite gotten the World Championship. This is going to be a massive match at Money in the Bank, but what a huge win for CM Punk either way. This has got to be the turning of the tides for Punk. Huge win over Eddie this past Saturday on Superstars, and now beating Ryback in what I think a lot of people would have counted him out on. What a win. What a win. As we move on to our next match, tag team action. The Awesome Truth, in very heavy quotations, set to face off against the NWO. Well, people over there. What's up?
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 235 pounds, Truth. This is going to be a great
Truth is, I think, kind of gotten a little something going for him here on SmackDown. Whether or not it ends up being a very big thing, I don't know, but Zack Ryder, as I mentioned before, very much filling the role of The Miz in this new version of Awesome Truth. I can't officially call them that, but you know, Miz is not okay with what's going on here on SmackDown. It's just that he's over on Raw, but he has said that he does not allow them to use the name Awesome Truth. So I can't go against The Miz's wishes and declare that that's what these two are actually called, but Zack Ryder and R-Truth, a new team here on SmackDown. And as I mentioned before, SmackDown's tag division right now, very in a strange place, honestly.
From Long Island, New York, weighing in at 214 pounds, Zack Ryder.
And that's before you get into the fact that these two are pairing up. Zack Ryder had one of the worst years of his career, Season 3. I think things started off pretty strong for this guy in Season 1 and 2, but unfortunately he seems to be kind of dropping a bit lately. What up with that hair of his? And here we go. Get ready for two very long entrances with the same music, because that is what you've got coming your way. Former Cruiserweight Champion Six and his tag team partner Kurt Hennig.
And their opponents first, representing the New World Order, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing 257 pounds, Kurt Hennig.
You know, a question's been on a lot of people's minds, myself included, is will we ever see anyone new added to SmackDown's version of the NWO? I do wonder. It's been quite a while now, and we've only ever seen Hennig and Six here on SmackDown representing the NWO. Whilst over on Raw, we've had a total of 4 members now. I mean, admittedly, Shawn Michaels maybe not too keen on the change that went down over on Raw, but well, he's out. It doesn't matter what he thinks. Right, here we go. Might as well just leave the music playing, honestly. I don't know why. Why did I turn it off just to turn it back on? You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for 2K15 for one very big reason. This goes away. Because I'm pretty sure, I think 15 still had loading screens in between entrances. I think 16 is when they added the...
Representing the New World Order, from Minneapolis, Minnesota,
I think 16 is when they added that like feature where like it doesn't cut to a loading screen in between every entrance, which is such a great feature. But because I'm going to be doing 15 off of my laptop and not a console, and I have an SSD, there practically won't be loading screens. It will just go. It will just run really smoothly, and it's going to be so much better for it. Anyway, he's now the former Cruiserweight Champion, 6. I do wonder if he'll be invoking his rematch clause anytime soon. But, well, Champion's not invoking rematch clauses now that I think about it. Another former champion off the top of my head does not use their rematch is Jericho. I guess Jericho's got bigger things to focus on right now, like potentially becoming Mr. Money in the Bank. So I mean, I kind of get it. Big Show maybe not too keen. I really don't feel like we've seen enough of Big Show lately. Actually, I feel like ever since coming into SmackDown, Jericho have really fizzled out. Unfortunately, they're definitely a team with a lot of promise.
What a match this is going to be.
And slamming down R-Truth. What a huge win this would be for Zack, Ryder, and R-Truth. What an embarrassment this would be for the NWO. I'm going to say that now. I don't mean any disrespect to, you know, all 5 members of the NWO, but when you got when you got Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, I guess somewhat Hulk Hogan tearing things up on Raw, to see how Hennig and Six have been doing here on SmackDown, I do get the impression there's a little bit of disappointment in these two and their performance lately. I wouldn't say they've really been holding their own for the NWO. Obviously, Six lost the Cruiserweight Championship back at No Way Out, but while the NWO could only be so upset with Six for that after what went down in the main event from, you know, Hulk Hogan to Kevin Nash to Shawn Michaels, all 3 members were defeated by The Rock to retain the WWE Championship. So they can't pin all the blame on Six coming up short at No Way Out. I truthfully felt with No Way Out being synonymous, you know, NWO, or the abbreviation for No Way Out, I really thought that was going to be the night for the New World Order. I really thought we were going to see them kind of take control. But not only did Six lose the Cruiserweight Championship to Heath Slater to kick things off, but in the main event, The Rock managed to defeat all 3 members by himself. I tell you, I think Rock is truly going to go down as one of the greatest WWE, if not the greatest WWE champion of all time, though. But that's Raw. We're not talking about Raw. This is Friday Night SmackDown. I don't have a different commentator, but I've got to have split personalities here. I hate Monday Night Raw. We're on SmackDown. Do you remember that? Do you remember that era? Do you remember when they weren't so afraid of like losing viewers for one of their shows and all that they treated their own brand like it was a rival? And do you remember how good that was? Do you remember the storylines that created? And the investment and the fact that people would be like, oh, I'm a Raw guy, I'm a SmackDown guy. People would obviously watch both, but they would have a preference and stuff. Do you remember that? Do you remember when the brand warfare? What a stupid thing for them to drop. What an absolutely idiotic thing for them to just never do again. Have them be chums instead. Watch Monday's Raw if you want to see some of the greatest talents of all time. No, not that the ones here on SmackDown aren't good too. Everybody's good. I love everybody. Give me a hug. You know, like, brand warfare was good. It was really good. Because you actually felt invested and you gave a shit about each brand separately. I would still watch both. Absolutely. But man, when I first started watching in 2005, fuck Monday Night Raw. I'd still watch it and it'd still be good, but fuck Raw. I like Batista and Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker and Mr. Kennedy. Those were some good times, man. You'd still like both. You'd just hate one, like almost like kayfabe in your own head. Raw still had like Edge and Cena and Carlito, Chris Masters, Kurt Angle for a while. You know? I know I just mentioned Mr. Kennedy. No, I think Kennedy did debut in like 2005. I think he did, actually. Maybe it was 2006. But like, he was around. You know, like they both had really good rosters. It's just you'd pick a favorite and then you'd be like really invested in that one. They don't really do that anymore. It's such a shame. I get why. It's definitely a marketing thing. You're literally shitting on one of your products. Like, you know, having commentators be like, oh, don't watch Raw, watch SmackDown, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it seemed to work, is the thing. Because the thing is, like, everyone always fantasy books, like, one promotion against another, you know? How long was there that fantasy, like, TNA versus WWE thing back when TNA was big? And then it became the WWE and AEW war that's, like, literally just in their heads. But, like, you know, they're like, people like fantasy do that shit all the time. And it's like, they literally could do it. Like, if they treated Raw and SmackDown separate enough, they could do, I mean, they kind of did it with NXT at one point. For that Survivor Series that one year where they involved NXT, and that was pretty good. I don't like the Undisputed Era at all, so that kind of sucked, but you know, it was pretty good. I do apologize when I get to the time period where those guys are around. I'm probably not going to book them very strong. I'm not going to say I'm not going to book them strong. They might get a push. I might have changed my mind by then. I'm really not keen. I just think they're four really, really boring guys. Like, they're all great in the ring. They're so fucking boring as people. I never got the appeal, but then they're more indie style. They're not really quite the WWE format. It's not a surprise that they all left, and they'll thrive a lot more on AEW because it's more like an indie show with a TV deal. But like, that's not my style, I guess, which is weird because I love Sami Zayn, and he is like peak indie. But I guess he's just a lovable guy, you know. I've always loved Sami Zayn. You know, Seth Rollins is again big time indie, and I absolutely love Seth Rollins. Anyway, great match here. Really been enjoying this. Kurt's not even in the ring. What am I talking about? He's looking for the sliders and a weakness in the other. You know what's crazy is that 3 out of 4 people in this match are former Cruiserweight champions. Roll up here. Is this going to be enough? No. Oh, another roll up. Is this going to be enough? Hennig, what are you doing? Oh, okay. 6, turning things around. I think this is the second time they've done this in this match. And Truth kicks out at 1. Brilliant. But yeah, I think Truth's like a 2-time Cruiserweight champion. Maybe a 1-time. I might be wrong there. But he is a former Cruiserweight champion. He's the one that introduced it as the Light Heavyweight Championship at one point. What a nice title that was. I always have a hard time deciding which one I prefer. Light Heavyweight title is a nice looking championship. But the Cruiserweight Championship just feels right to me. It's a bit like the Intercontinental title, actually. I really like the white strap, like I appreciate it. What are you doing, Kurt? You're just not going to help him? He's nodding, ref. But yeah, I like the white strap, like it's, you know, it is iconic, and it was a big deal. But to me, it's just a bit too safe, it's a bit too plain. Whereas I really like the globe belt, the oval. That's a nice one. But I'm always split because they're both good. I just have a preference. It's so physical. What a Zack attack there. Is it the Zack attack? That was the Zack attack, right? No, that's a Rough Rider. And there you go. Wow. Well, I was talking about the possibility of this happening. I didn't think it actually was going to happen. Just say, I feel like the NWO over on Raw can't be too thrilled to see what these guys are doing. Well, will we see these two get a shot at The Undertaker and Kane for the World Tag Team titles? I mean, we've seen them face them before, and they kind of got demolished, but right now I think this is the closest we've got to contenders, so perhaps we could see it. Either way, Six having a rough couple of weeks here, losing the Cruiserweight Championship, losing to Zack Ryder. The not so awesome Truth getting a victory here. So move on to our next match tonight. The European title is on the line. It's Mark Henry and JBL. This is a glorified World Championship match we got here, in my opinion. But it's for the European title. It's going to be great. Okay, neither of these two got an entrance. That's weird. I don't know why. Mark Henry and JBL already in the ring for the European Championship. I'm sure there's going to be a cutscene that explains it after they've already had this introduction. Here we go. Boy, who could have seen this coming? Truly the era, truly one of the eras of WWE games. JBL with a blindside to Mark Henry after they had their formal championship introduction. They quickly went back to the entryway. They realized they hadn't done their entrances. And as Mark Henry was doing his, which we had to cut to commercial during, JBL with an attack from behind. Will that play a factor? Yeah, every time I see them start just going in and out of the ring, it reminds me of something that happened to me. One of my earliest wrestling memories ever. It was WrestleMania 18 on the GameCube. I was playing the story mode. I don't know who the hell I was playing as. I couldn't possibly remember that. But there was a match against Kane. And he just kept getting in and out of the ring over and over and over again. Or was I letting a match play out with the AI? I don't know. There was some kind of match, like, because I think it was Kane and someone else, and they kept just getting in and out of the ring, like back and forth with each other. They weren't doing anything, and it was stuck. And this music would play that'd be like doo 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 doo, and I just like fucking just watched them, and it went on and on and on. Eventually, I had to turn it off because it was broken. It was never gonna stop. But that is like a really really early memory. That is like pre me having watched any show, because I had a game. I had WrestleMania 18 on the GameCube before I had ever watched a WWE show. I think there was a deal at like a local game store that shut down, Game Station, where like you could get like 4 GameCube games for like £20 or something like that. So just grabbed some random fucking games. Had like a 007 game and a WrestleMania 18, and then got like Metroid Prime. Oh fuck. My coaster just fell off of my can and it scared me. And I think the other one was like Sonic or something. That was a good deal. It was just, oh no, because I got Tony Hawk Pro Skater with that. Yeah, Tony Hawk 3. What was the 4th game? There's definitely a 007 WrestleMania and Tony Hawk. That 007 game sucked, but then I was never a James Bond fan anyway, especially not as a kid. I'd want to give it another go nowadays, but back then I don't fucking care about it at all. I mean, I don't know why I got those, because I didn't know if I liked wrestling. I didn't know if I liked 007. I knew I liked Tony Hawk. I can't remember what the 4th game was. Or maybe it was 3 for like 15 or something. I don't fucking know. It was a good game. It was a good deal. I mean, WrestleMania 18 is going to be one of the worst wrestling games I've ever played, but you know, it was a good deal. Cover attempt here by Mark Henry. It'd be a real crying shame for Mark Henry's European Championship reign to come to an end so quickly, and obviously with the blindside from JBL, that is very likely. It does really set the pace for the match. But nothing seems to be slowing Henry down just yet. I say this is a glorified world title match. I feel like, you know, a while back we could have easily seen this headline on Monday Night Raw for the WWE Championship, because Raw is such a weak brand that we take their World Championship competitors and we put them in the European Championship division. I'm kidding, of course. Neck break here by JBL. This could be it. Henry could be it. No. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The career-ending powerbomb. JBL, one of the most vicious powerbombs I've ever seen in the business. Cover on Henry. And oh, wow. Okay. Henry's still got some fight in him. I'm going to say it'd be a real shame for JBL to cheat Henry out of the European Championship with that sneak attack. to kick things out. And Henry now, bear hug. JBL not one to tap out. This would be an incredible win for Mark Henry if he could do this. The longest reigning WWE champion in history, JBL. No. Honestly, I'd have pinned him off of that. Take your chances. The world's strongest man continues his offense here. Fans enjoying this one. DDT. Cover attempt here on Mark Henry. Oh, no.
With the championship at stake, you know these superstars will give everything they have to win here tonight.
Snap that takedown. And JBL with an elbow. A bit of an odd move afterwards. Into the corner. Mark Henry, look at this strength. They don't call him the world's strongest man for nothing. Cover attempt. Is it enough? JBL covered. Ooh. That looked like an almost. Ooh. Almost to me, I was going to say. Submission applied here. JBL got to tap out, surely. You think about how strong Mark Henry is, how much is pulling back on JBL right now. He doesn't. Mark Henry decided to let go. Who's Larry? Pinfall attempt, but rope break very quickly, broke that one up. This is electric. I am electric. Ooh, wow. Really dropped him down hard there. And, oh, I thought that was it. That referee's hand looked like it was damn near down. Submission, no. Okay. Whew. These two really laying it all on the line here. Oh, elbow attempt. Henry with a reversal. Henry, world's strongest slam. A little close to the ropes. Henry, yeah, he realizes it. He's going to pull him away here. Cover attempt. Henry retains. Even with that premeditated attack before the match could get going. For the show. Mark Henry is. Oh, wait a minute. Oh my God. JBL. Maybe a little more. Oh, Henry. Oh my God, Henry. No. JBL is being pulled out on a stretcher. Henry does much damage, and Mark Henry has come unhinged. This guy is lethal. Somebody stop him. Somebody stop Mark Henry. Good God. I guess that's justice for Henry's old friend Booker T. That's one way to look at it. Well, I definitely wasn't expecting that.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Palo Alto, California, weighing 247 pounds, the world heavyweight champion, the self-professed intellectual savior of the masses, Damien Sandow.
You won't hear me say this too often, but I actually feel kind of bad for Damien Sandow. This man had such a huge cash-in not that long ago, closing out over the limit, became world heavyweight champion at the expense of Triple H, and now he is tasked with one of the most insane challenges a guy could have to. Oh, Triple H! Whoa, okay. Triple H clearly taking exception to his loss last week, actually kind of helping Sandow a little bit there. I guess Sandow's happy to take that. Oh, look at... Come on, Sandow. What are you doing? Oh, okay. The elbow of disdain. For a minute, he was just taking a moment to kind of revel in himself, and I thought, you gotta be kidding me.
There's almost an unknowing of what to expect. Give us some of your thoughts about Damien Sandow, partner.
Yeah, let's talk about it. The thing is...
Well, Damien Sandow... What is he doing? Randy Orton managed to get back to his feet and was ready to compete here, and said, come on! Damien Sandow walking away. No, come on! Randy, what are you doing? That's not very Randy Orton-like. That's not what Randy Orton would do. He'd charge down there and he could take it. Come on! We've had so many disappointing finishes to SmackDown lately. Damien Sandow, oh, he's changed his mind. I guess he realized perhaps that a loss isn't going to look too good on the win-loss column. Perhaps he just wanted an opening. Oh, come on. Sandow going straight in. Catches Orton's arms. Terminus. What is happening in this match? This is a mess. Damien Sandow went to walk out on the match before quickly changing his mind and coming back down. What a strange way to kick off this one. Truly not been anything like that before. Sandow. Ooh, really capitalized. I mean, I guess the head games have got to be working. Randy Orton's normally pretty good with his head game. But Damien Sandow seems to have kind of turned things around on Orton a little here. Perhaps showing him how much better his head game is. Should I just keep saying head game? You guys like that, right? You like Randy's head game? I definitely think that things have been landed a little bit more in the favor of Damien Sandow thanks to Triple H. I don't really know what compelled Triple H to help Damien Sandow. I guess it's about getting back at Randy Orton for everything he's been doing lately. I tell you, that triple threat at Money in the Bank is going to be huge. The reason I feel bad for Damien Sandow, though, is obviously his first title defense is against two extremely decorated former champions. Both no stranger to the World Heavyweight Championship, and yeah, it's gonna be really difficult for Sandow to overcome these two established stars in his current position. And on top of that, there is the chance of a same night Money in the Bank briefcase cash-in, depending on where that ladder match lands in correlation with the World Heavyweight title match. So even should he retain, he might end up getting cashed in on right afterwards. And if he loses the title, and the cash-in happens, Sandow is out of contention for the world title right away. He's no longer the former champion. He's the former champion.
No, big counter from Damien. He just planted him with a DDT. Oh, and an elbow drop.
What a strange main event this is. What a strange SmackDown this has been.
Great match here.
Kind of my fault. I keep talking about, like, nothing.
To catch up on all the action.
Randy has managed to find himself back in this, and it's no surprise.
Man, that was a vicious elbow drop.
You know, someone who's really taken exception to being attacked by Randy Orton is John Cena. Cena has been waiting, chomping at the bit, the idea of getting to get his hands on Randy Orton for what he did. Randy Orton attacked both Damien Sandow and John Cena last week.
What an impact from that kick.
I think Cena would love to treat Randy Orton with a little bit of justice. But right now, no one really seems to be able to beat Randy Orton. Back and forth, very slow exchange of strikes there.
There's the clothesline. He drops the elbow. Oh, what a painful kick. He saw that one coming.
Des press, and the fist come raining down. The disdain between these men is so apparent. Emotions are running wild.
Randy now
What is now a very
starting to go to that place.
big kick.
Sandow, I mean, he's played this match smart.
Oh, right down on the
Just kind of towering over Sandow. That's an imposing sight, I would imagine. Randy Orton just staring down at you laid out on the outside of the ring.
With some of the most memorable moments in television history. And we're witnessing more amazing moments here tonight.
Sandow continues to manipulate Randy Orton and take control of the match.
One has to be thinking about the possibility of a concussion.
Oh, yeah. Any one of
Lots of
those
strikes
could be
there,
your
and Randy...
concussion.
Oh!
Dropped. And that was a hard shot. These guys are giving it absolutely everything they've got. No, blocked.
I believe next week we'll be seeing Triple H face the winner of this match. So that should be pretty interesting.
Watch it. He looks fired up here.
Will we finally see him go head-to-head with the man that cost him the World Heavyweight Championship? Or will we see him go head-to-head with the man that took the championship away from him? Randy Orton looking like it could be him. Connecting with that sequence of moves that we know oh so well.
That's it. He's out.
Hooking away. Randy Orton acknowledges that he
Massive
was
clothesline on top.
twisted. And
Sick
indeed,
twisted that
he's
Randy.
just that.
Orton. Oh no. Orton, he was backing out of that corner. He wasn't looking for an RKO, I'll tell you that. Damien Sandow better be grateful he got up as quick as he did, and Randy for the change of mind. That was about to be the punt kick. Randy instead now looking for... Oh, okay. What? And there it is, an RKO. I guess Randy got a little confused the first time. The RKO. And no. My God. Damien Sandow. I mean, he is a tough guy. I think the thing is, a lot of people forget Damien Sandow worked his way up the top with the ranks very impressively. This guy, he has proven that he can go. He has proven that he does belong. I'm stumbling over my words a little bit here.
Delivered that like a shotgun blast.
Submission hold here by Damien Sandow. This would be a very unusual way to end the match, but you just never know.
Damien Sandow. And now the toll of this very physical contest is beginning to show on his body.
Sandow, for the second time in this match, getting the terminus. Strange to see him not do the "you're welcome" once, but okay. Damien Sandow pulling Randy away from the ropes.
And will this be it?
And oh my God, straight away. Randy, as if it was nothing, kicking out of Damien Sandow, the World Heavyweight Champion's finishing move. We call it a finisher for a reason, you know. Ordinarily, that would be it. Oh, right to the eye. Damien just fighting dirty right in front of the ref, who does nothing about it. Classic referee. Impartialness, I guess. No. Don't do it. Don't do it. Damien Sandow hulking up. Randy with a roll up. This could be it. This could be it. Roll up on Sandow, and he gets him. And that could be all that it takes for Randy Orton to take away the World Heavyweight Championship. I guess Randy, once again, this guy has gotten so vindictive lately, continuing to beat down on Damien Sandow. Well, we have it confirmed next week on SmackDown. It will be Randy Orton and Triple H in the main event. And that should be a big one. We'll find out who's going to be heading in the Money in the Bank with just that little bit more momentum. Also next week on SmackDown, as I mentioned before, Chris Jericho and Edge. They got a lot of history between them. And they will revisit their rivalry one-on-one. All this and more next week on SmackDown. Watch Superstars.